What's up, people lovers? T90's Titans League. Game 2 in this 3-game set. Viper against Jordan. After a strategic win by the Viper in game 1, we are jumping into game number 2. Here on Arabia, Jordan's home map. Viper playing the Yellow Trunks at 6 against Jordan's Chinese, and we can see that Viper's already out and wants to go for some laming here. Will he cast AV4 and AV2 at Castellan? There is no official announcement on that. How many sets will you play to get those 7 map wins? 5 sets, 3 games each, so I want to win 7 out of 15 games. Is that section number 1 Arabia Civ? No, probably Chinese. Yeah. Ah, how many set wins? Probably 2 set wins. Something like that, yeah. Strategic 7 out of 10? Yeah, it should be 7 out of 15. Music gets really spookier right now, right? Maybe we go a bit more into the happy area. Main's number 1? Chinese number 1, I believe. Hindustanis? Okay, so Geordie, that's going to be interesting to shake off after this game number 1. Viper, one massive woodline at the front. Can maybe make some walls left hand side happen. Right hand side feel very natural to me. Not really sure where do you even place your archery ranges. Is it like barracks archery ranges? And just wall off this area? 30 seconds idle normal for Chinese? Yeah, something in that ballpark. Something between 20 and 40 seconds. You like 30 is maybe a bit on the high side. I think I've seen like people go for 20, 25, but absolutely standard. Just know that 32 seconds idle, 25 seconds idle time means you're exactly 2 villagers ahead. So you're slightly less than 2 villagers ahead. Now, compared to the Ad6 player. Sorry. I hope one day I will be back with my full voice and can give you the full entertainment again.
But nay.
For now, we're trying to soldier through, but you are understanding. Bad energies? Corona. Viper's winning the game that matters. What? Don't apologize for being sick. It's not like you can help it. Yeah, but still, like, you are tuning in, expecting a certain level of entertainment, a certain level of enthusiasm and jokes and such. And if I'm not feeling 100%, I obviously can't deliver on a lot of those areas. So, yeah, it's not an excuse like, oh, no, I'm not trying to say sorry that I'm sick. It's more like, sorry that I can't give you the 100% that I would want to give you. Keenly, this is extremely disrespectful what you're doing. Does casting help you keep your mind off the Rona? Not really, no. I think I'm aware that I have it, but just trying to wait it out. Hit me harder than most people that I know. Fits a bit nearly, man. Don't mind the low energy, and these games will deliver regardless. Well, game number 1 was a 13-minute game that dragged out till minute 31. So let's hope that those games 2 and 3 are a bit more entertaining. Super sick as well, but tests still say no COVID. Well, there are other sicknesses. So barracks here at least. Archer ranges could still be placed. Could also go for the archer ranges here. 2 on gold now. Feels like the man-at-arm opening. No big surprise. Pop 21 there. And Jordan. Seems like an archer defense to me. Don't really expect Jordan to play man-at-arms here. And actually he does. So man-at-arm opening by a Chinese player. Something we don't see too often. Bit of a surprise to me. Didn't really see John to be the Man-at-Arms Chinese player. Thought he's the person that typically plays an archer defense. Tries to stay safe that way. Ooh, interesting that he didn't wall that one. Okay, now he sends the village over. Scouting pick. Well, we'll get home. 3 militia coming over. John, only 2 militia for now. A bit late on the gold end here. Could now go for a third one. Viper is up. And we'll get in here. Now the restment on this one. Obviously the scouts should be pretty good. And Viper, he goes for the Man-at-Arms upgrade. 30 seconds. Let's see if he wants to cancel, seeing that he faces some militia as well. Goes for the engagement now. Expect this one to be cancelled pretty soon there. I don't think he wants to go through with it. Loses so many HP, and indeed, it is getting cancelled now. Some damage there on the scout as well. And we see, well, the scout gets away with 12 HP. Viper tries to find the kill. Won't be allowed to. 4 HP. John gets away. 1 militia there to fight this one off. Double decks to follow it up. And the archer play by the Viper base design. Kind of what we expected. John goes for the archer range over here. And all feels pretty standard. John further away walls. Could have made the small walls here. But I like this one. Gives him some more control of this area. And game stabilizes. Wood upgrade for both players, farm upgrade for neither player, and Viper still plays with only 1 lumber camp. Seems to be heavily housed here, and has to rush with 3 villagers now. Also, those houses aren't too pretty. Typically, he wants to wall this area so that the opponent never gets this hill. Scout at 4 HP gets away. Good for... Oh no, that was a militia. An eagle added and a skirm. Interesting. So goes for every single unit in the book. A spearman, a skirm, an archer, and an eagle. And those 5 units are now moving out. Tries to maybe keep this door open, but Jordan too aware of it and pulls a second villager. Should be fine. This one should all be wall off as well. AI army a bit, right? Feels a bit. And the 2 militia. Look at that. 5 different units in feudal age. Every single unit he can build in feudal age he's building. Solid job. And now 3 villagers building that blacksmith. That's a bit surprising to me. Fletching still not there. Jordan runs away. Went for armor before fletching. And now cancelled armor. It goes for fletching now. 5 from gold at home. And Jordan shouldn't struggle too much in defending this one. Walls off the left hand side. And now some dances here. Viper still has 2 skirms in there, so he probably won't mind taking a fight. Jordan just sitting behind the walls. And now adds a stable. Ooh, that's a bit surprising to me. A bit surprising to me for sure. That one should be walled off. Archer, Scout. Viper obviously will struggle to fight this one off. Only has 1 spearman. Can easily get sniped. Swallowing off this area as well. 1 archer there for the defense. Not that much. Some harassment. Goes for the house. 200 HP still left. Scouts at it. Archers at it. And Jordan has to go back. Yeah. No idea if he can do damage on the other side. Well, he knows that if he isn't dealing with this one, he will receive some damage. House doesn't look like it got cancelled here. From the timing, now farm being added at that area. 2 low HP villagers on those berries. A bit surprised there. Viper's going in. 1 scout right now. Second one being added. Spearman is the main unit that we want to snipe. And is diving for it. Still dodging quite nicely. Remember that everything is walled over there. And Archer still dancing. KD 4-3, that's mainly from the Drush though. Viper finds some kills. runs away, tries to buy himself some time. As you can see, thinks about casting this one, even using the market already behind the scenes, but without any stone, and skirmishes going for the archers. Maybe now take the fight. 2 scouts, and they will deal with the skirmishes quite nicely. But some losses on John's side here as well. Not that the scout mattered too much. Went for 2. Archer count is okay-ish here. Viper will click up to Castle Age after the pause pretty soon. And yeah, those walls now being built properly. I don't mind this one at all. And this one needs to be walled. This is an area where I feel like I have a hole 80% of the time. Somewhere here, one house is not really adjacent to the other one. And the army of the opponent is running in. Huh. Should Viper go all in Eagles? I think that would be a big mistake. All in Eagles is the strategy you go for. If you know you can do damage. If you know that your opponent is either open or you can break the walls. Viper, in this case, knows, okay, opponent already is mainly walled, still has some feudal army left. Unlikely that they will be too far behind in Castle Age. So I think maybe, if anything, it will be a double barrack play, get some map control, and add town centers. Also an indicator for that is that he didn't sell the stone. I think if the game was a bit more hectic, a bit more wild, then an eagle could make sense. In this case, I don't think it's the best option. Viper left a gap here, a bit to my surprise. Skirm Archer is moving out. That's also a weird one. Huh. Could John place a tower behind the wood line? Not a John thing, but technically, yes, he could. I would like it a lot, actually. Like, tower here, tower there. And he controls so much. Then Viper has to go to this one. And oof, archers tried to get in. Couldn't. Could still be a villager snipe. Finds a kill. Quite nice. And villagers now have to run. That one is saved. John can't be too unhappy. Some harassment here at the front. Eagle count only at 3. Town center 1 added. Town center 2. Could see the Viper adding one here. I wouldn't mind one over at the woodline there. Doesn't feel like too much army is looping around at that area. And Viper even adds it at the stone. That's a bit surprising to me. Viper's making 0 units. You can see those dots here. They are indicating that some production is running. And this number at the top left. So he is doing eagles. Also did the Eagle Warrior upgrade. And... oh, actually cancelled the Eagle Warrior upgrade. Goes for armor instead. John himself goes for armor for his cavalry. Will stay on a lot of archers. Sits behind his walls. And Viper's trying to play the boom game. Only 12 farmers though. Indicating that that won't be the prettiest thing for him. Eagle's trying to find another angle. How's the 6 villager difference? Well, idle TC time plus Chinese bonus. We have all the info on the screen. Let's maybe go for some water. And hope that that relaxes my throat a bit more. And yeah, those eagles should never really find anything. Some harassment at the top, some harassment at the right hand side. Viper won't really expect the crossbow to move through the center of the map. John still can't be too unhappy with the situation. Plays 1 TC for now. Needs to be careful at that end though. Especially this one is a spot where you need to go for 2 houses. Crossbow's now around, but woodline too thick. So can't rest too easily. Huh. More harassment here, 1 crossbow. And Jordan, you have to question if moving out was maybe a mistake. Eagles are now in. Jordan has to pull some of his units. And crossbow, struggling quite a bit. Army over here, not finding any real damage. Siege workshop here for the defense. And Jordan with an uncanny mistake here for his standards. Typically you see him playing the pretty safe defense. And this time around, You can see that he moved out, felt like he had enough for the defense, but will lose some of his knights. Has to trade it off. Okay-ish here. Nice micro though, 4 HP, gets away. Maybe committing against that villager here. The Viper is 2 villages ahead. Crossbow still around, idling some of the economy. Another eagle, not really knowing what to do with its life. And everything else cleared up. Eco Kitty 1-1. And Viper is safe in that regard with the defensive siege workshop. Monastery added in the back. Müller, thank you for your sub. Viper's half the military value and finds double the damage. A bit like it, right? But after it, he has now third of the army value. And villager-wise, he's 6 ahead. Jordan on the late side to add his town centers. Feels like Viper plays it a tiny bit better. Can I eat the wild horse? Not in Age of Empires. Siege workshop now at the front. Could be quite some ugly harassment.
Rogan?
Little gamer, welcome, welcome. Viper stays on eagle, now goes for monk. Only a few villagers on stone there in the back. IGC counter is high for the Viper. Yeah, but remember how quickly he added the town centers there. So it makes a bit of sense. Oh, that's a great find. Oh, that's a great find for the Viper. Oh, that's so big. Oh, why are we moving out there, Jordy? 2 villagers down, loses another knight. Monk could be in danger as well. Ay, 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 ay. And lets the door open as well. Opens the gate here and Monk, oh, will actually save itself. But another Monk goes down. This is so big for the Viper. Look at that, a third of the army value, and he finds, what was that, like 2 monks, 3 villagers, loses 1 eagle, and now continues with the harassment. That's so good. Oh. Oy, 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 oy. Knights, okay, Jordan is doing a good job of getting the knights to low HP and then saving them. 30C now being built, and Viper, he should be in a reasonable spot. Close to 20 villages ahead now. Army value isn't looking too great. Now the barracks are being added. And Jordan, he does not want to commit to longswords. Viper goes for some more repair, tries to buy himself some more time. I think crossbows should have been around here. And that Mangonel, I'm a bit surprised how deep it went in there. Obviously means 2 guaranteed conversions here. Monks can save themselves. And Viper, he's sitting in 14 eagles. That's not enough against all this army. 2 knights around. Some interception in the center of the map. But no real army at home here. Mangonel only at 17%. Viper will suffer some harassment, and you can see work efficiency is dropping quite a bit. Jordan's economy now roughly the same. 2 Vipers, some more houses, another 4th town center added, and that could be an interesting pop. Oh, the army's so clumped up. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh! We don't really see the losses there, but it feels like 5 crossbow could have died there. Lots of HP lost as well, and I think Viper can continue and look at all those low HP crossbows. Maybe Viper can later take another fight and then finish the job there. Eagle still harassing Viper. 17 villages ahead. Military value or military numbers are getting pretty close now. Stables being added, so Jordan wants to play this one as a castle age all in. 2 knights are coming around for the raid. Relic count 2 for Jordan, none for the Viper. Still didn't go for those 2. And Viper tries to go for some control there. University now 4 ballistics for Jordan. Viper has to run on that area. Still didn't go for the woodline at the bottom, which is a bit of a surprise to me. Mangonels now on the exposed side, but I think could be potentially saved. Whew. Still annoying here. Defensive castle. Fight the Viper tries to save himself from right hand side to harassments. Mangonel, what can we do? Remember, those are really low, the crossbows, and lots of them are dying because of it. Tried to microwave. Nice ground attack here by the Viper again. Gets away, eagles around, and that was just so big. Jordan, he's not really having the crossbow numbers that he initially wanted. Viper continues with the eagle production. Wheelbarrow on the late side. Jordan sits on 4 economy upgrades. Viper soon at 5. Whew. And that's just to debate. That's just to debate. Let's take a look. Mangonel. Tries to make something happen. HOS. Viper 20 ahead. Keeps on producing. Goes for forging now. Obviously already has all the armor. No Mangonels. No more knights. It's eagles exclusively right now. That's not an engagement you want to take, Viper. Not an engagement you want to take at all. I'm a bit surprised that he's diving here. Goes for the Mangonel 1. Goes for Mangonel 2, but dies there. And that's a lot of losses. Viper. Oh, that was a really bad fight for him. And has to disengage heavily. Now needs to produce way more eagles than he wanted to. Was actually thinking about imping this. And that was a pretty questionable dive here, if you ask me. Felt like he could find some more kills against the Mangonels there apparently. But Jordan had all his army. Big buy here of all the food. And now taking the engagement under the town center here. That means lots of idle villagers. And look at that. That was a solid 22 villagers next to that town center. So not all of them can fit in there. Now another Mangonel being added. Some more eagles being added as well. Production not that pretty. And Viper needs to run. Finally goes to the woodline at the bottom. Tried to... well, save the one out as long as he could. Finally, relic number 2. On the way home, we already have 1. Viper goes for some more walls. And Viper stabilizes. 2 minutes away from Imperial Age. Jordan, as you can see, now at light cap. So stays in Castle Age. And wants to make something big happen here in Castle Age. But will be tricky. Huh. Mangonel over here. Viper, can he find the kill? Oh, Jordan, aware of it. Nice awareness. Viper sits at fletching. So town centers, some damage output, but not the craziest one for sure. Mangonel scares those crossbows away. Double nitrate. Not being too efficient. And Jordan, yeah, he got light calf, but didn't really go for the production. Therefore, castle now and thinking about imping this one as well. This is still going to be a pretty damn interesting game. Could make an argument for Botkin. He gets around here to defend the goal. Double mining camp. Viper has enough stone for another castle. Something over here could make sense, but honestly so much army around that Viper never felt like he had the real timing. Maybe something over here could be an option as well. Now imping, but resources aren't pretty. Could even consider selling stone. Could Viper consider selling stone to get the eagle upgrade? And that's indeed what he is doing. Jordan debates this one so nicely. Look at that. Town center. Okay, now it switches focus. To that one. And switches back again. Okay, crossbows now. All healed up. The warriors 10 seconds away, and then Viper should take some pretty good fights. Gets over here and will save the town center. Quite easily even. Mangonel doing its job as well. And Viper should get onto some proper control. 3 relics for Jordan, 2 for our AdSex player. And we're going into a stable game. Now the thing is, we go for Chukunu, and typically in those situations we want to go for champions. But Chinese, without supplies, not the greatest answer to those eagles. Still believe that you have to go for champions here. Kind of your only option to deal with those. Don't think you trade cost efficiently if you go Chukunu Cavalier. It's so intense in gold, and you will be limited at it at some point. Extra gold here, extra gold here. So fair split in that regard. Double Townsend to play. First trap out. Wouldn't be surprised if it comes over here. Tries to pressure that castle. And Viper, he apparently really wants to take that gate down. More Eagles. Full focus there for the Viper. Jordan reaches Imperial Age. Goes for handcard instantly as his first upgrade. More harassment coming in. More map control by the Viper. He's fully boomed 122 villagers. Even goes for arson. Tries to get more stuff in. And now the Eco KD should go heavily in favor of the Eagle player. Simply because raiding is so much easier for them. And all the momentum in the Viper's favor as well. Just dives so much more. Jordan tries to re-wall this one. But I think this is just so easy to do mistakes here and not always re-wall. Especially if we get closer to the farms. And now Jordan gets those done still. But now the dive here. So much going down. More upgrades. And Viper, he's just swarming in with Eagles here as it seems. 40 population lead now for him. More running at the right hand side. And everything is moving in. One trap alone is doing the job. No real chance for Jordan to kill that one. Simply because he has to deal with so many other fires that he has to put out. Cavalier upgrade. Only finishing after we took most of the fight. Yeah, so heavily outnumbered that he didn't mind it too much. But raid at the right hand side is coming in. More Eagles pressuring this area. And it just feels like it's too much yellow on the map. Too much going on here for John to deal with. And Viper now goes for the next step. Pikeman here, after he sees so many Cavaliers out on the field. Shogunnu count basically non-existent here with 3. And we are pushing those Cavaliers away as well. 7 villagers inside, can't really do too much. Viper getting close to pop limit. Those Eagles, by the way, without Garland was, if I remember correctly, indeed 9+2. Pikeman now being added. Castle goes down and more raids at the top. And that's what I said, right? It was 17-18 when I said, okay, more villager kills are going to happen. And you can see the Eagle, just a unit absolutely designed to kill those poor villagers. More and more goes down. Jordan at pop 120. And Chinese will take an L. The Viper most likely going up 2-0 here in this 3 games played set. So we will still see the Viper's home map after this one, Jungle Swamp, where Viper still has his pick number 1. So stay tuned for game 3 after this one. This was really nice play. I'm a bit surprised that Jordan moved out here with his crossbows when he got attacked at both angles and suffered a bit. Viper incredibly patient, staying at the wood at the front till there was so many mangonels that he actually then moved down. But such a nice defense. Added the town centers quite nice and early. Strong economy. Then went for Eagles. And Chinese simply not really having the answers. I think we still have to play champions against this. I don't really see another way around this. But it's not pretty. It's not pretty for Chinese to play a game like this. I think Jordan should have gone 1 TC imp after Viper broke inside his base in the early Cast Age. No. Chinese is a civilization that performs pretty poorly with 1 TC plays. I think you have to have a strong economy. That's where they shine. John lost almost 12 to 15 crossbows to those 2-3 mangonel shots. Yeah, I don't think that was game deciding, but certainly nice moves for the Viper to defend the game. Really well played, really well played. Let's take a look at the statistics. And we can see Eco KD somewhere. Buildings raised 8. And yeah, Viper's economy +7 there. Castle timing pretty damn smooth as well. And obviously the 3 minutes earlier imp. Kind of the decider there.